Okay, what we were discussing actually 2 weeks ago is about this database concepts. But the thing like we have done only part of this, we just learn how to handle SQL databases, and we have already learned about the GUI tool, graphical user interface tool, which will help handling these databases. Actually, when I start the database lesson, I just explain what are the fields, what are the records, etc. In case if you cannot remember them, you can just watch the video back again related to the database concepts that we have started. And so currently what we were learning here, so we started defining the tables or creating the tables. We have started defining databases, creating databases. Then we just learn how can we handle data inside that tables, right? Basically, so first of all, that means defining databases, tables, structures comes under DDL, data definition language. We have learned how we can define a table. So if you can remember the query, create database, then the database name is creating a database in SQL is very easy. Then create table name, but you have to give the column definitions. Column definitions means like you have to give the data type of column and size of the column, acceptable values of the columns, a primary key or unique identifier that can be identified record have to be defined. So once these are defined, once the table definition is given, so it will create a table. Right, it will create a table. So no duplicate tables are allowed. That means with using the same name, you can't create another table in a database. So these table names are unique in the database. We have learned about that concept, but we didn't learn how to drop tables and how to alter tables. We will gradually learn that. And then data manipulation part, actually what we have learned currently is inserting data. I hope that we have done the other part, that means like how to obtain data too, right? So let me go through the codings that we have studied recently. Minaga, have we done how to insert data or not using Python?
Yeah, with the append command. Is that what you're talking about?
No. With append command, you can append the list, no? I'm asking whether to the database part, like after connecting to the database, have we done?
Oh yeah, we've done that. We've done that. Yeah.
Okay, so I was searching the file, but I couldn't find it. That's why I was like asking. So what? So like this even. Add-in items. No, this is actually this string handling, not that. Yeah, we have done a lot of exercises, and that is the reason I cannot find that. Anyway, so let's refresh that, right? Let's refresh that, but by re-executing the query. So if you have the code with you, you can share the screen. So try to find the code. So do you have the code with you that is insert into the database name, then the values? I think we have done this in Python, but we have not done, so we have done this in SQL, but with Python, we have not done. So that is what I can remember. That is why I asked, can you just try to find the file? Okay, meanwhile, I would like to load my DB. I would like to start my servers. So in this case, it is MAMP. Right, let's start the MAMP server and let's go to the, okay, servers are already started, I think. Yeah, you can start. Then you have to go to here after the port, you have to write PHP MyAdmin, and that is the GUI tool, graphical user interface tool, which is supporting the database operations. And we were handling this database, DB users, as I remember. Then inside the DB users table, there is a table called TBL user. So, and here there are a lot of fields. That's why I think like we have not done the inserting part. Like, no, not this, not this, sorry, not this. So this is for the A levels, and this is actually DB user. This is what is this? The database is DB user, not DB users, DB user. This one is the database, and there you have TBL users, TBL user, right? You have UID, first name, last name, password, and picture there. So that is what like we are trying to execute. And here you can see the insertion part, right? Okay, this part we have done, right? What we need to do is like now we need to try out DB user, TBL user. We need to try and so when this is executed, when this is executed, you can see just fetching one row and you are getting these details. That is happening. That means our database connection is working, and then when database connection is there, it is selecting from the database similar query like this, and the result is this. When that part is done, then the next is actually how can we insert into the database. Like we have done inserting part. I know we have done inserting part using this, and also this using this SQL. We know how to write queries. For an example, let's insert into, just to remind that I'm going to insert a new value, first name, let's say first name Dasun, email is kasun@gmail.com, something like that, and then password, some password. Okay, then picture is like that is the profile picture. For the moment, I'm just giving the name, right? abc.jpg. So later we can see how we can insert this. Okay, when I'm inserting this query, you can see it will write this query automatically. Insert into TBL user, then UID, first name, last name, email, password, picture. Then you are inserting the values into that. Actually, I'm copying this query and bringing that back to this DBS, and I just want to define a function. So this is my connection. So initially connecting to the server, I can define that as set connection. Actually, all of like this, let's ignore this def con. I just want to this is inserting, right? I'll write a code to insert into database def insert def, let's say, yeah, insert. This inserting query will refer to this, and I have to say that this CNX or the connection is a global connection. This is like same connection which is available to me here, CNX. Okay, now let's run this as a function and see whether this is executing. Oh, invalid syntax, what is that? And I need to do that. Here I have open a connection, starting cursor, executing, fetch shown, and close the, here actually I have closing the connection. So the closing connection part, I think, yeah, that should be general, right? After all the operations, we can close the connections. Otherwise, like, there's a problem. Okay, first of all, again, the syntax error, global CNX, and I'm referring to that, and then I need to execute the query, and finally I need to close the connection. Def close on. I'm using that as a function to close the connection. Again, I'm referring to the global CNX, and here actually we can define another function, open connection. CNX is empty first, then I'm defining open connection, and open con will open this connection, and it will set the CNS, insert and close connection. Let's execute this now. Right, running this. Okay, nothing happens. So let me open the connection by running open con function. This will open the connection. Okay, no errors. Then I'm sorry, not inserting. This is selection, right? Anyway, so let me run because I have mistakenly put insert. So that is str object. What is that in attribute called cursor? Oh, that is here. Okay. Okay, I have to tell CNX, let's say CNX equal. So let's return the connection, right? After doing that, return the connection CNX. So local variable, returning that, and I'm just assigning this to open connection variable. Now what? Oh, open con, not defined. I had to define this earlier, no? Before this. Okay, run. Okay, right, no errors. Trying to insert, actually this is selection, it's not inserting. I'm getting the output, then I can close the connection, right? Close connection. Okay, now I have the function control of my code. So calm down, it's running well. Then if I try to insert or select after that, it will give an error because I have closed the connection. After closing the connection, I cannot do that. So if you need to insert again, I inserted, this is actually select, let me edit, otherwise it's giving wrong impression. Select all. Save it. This, run again. Now this is transparent, I guess. Okay. I can start the connection. I can start open connection is already done for me. Therefore, what I need to do is I need to select all. So it's giving me the result, and once the connection is open, I can select all multiple times even, right? That is possible. I can select because like unread result from rest in internal errors. What is that? Okay, error. Again, the cursor is defined. Printing row is done. Fetching one is already done. Therefore, okay. So let me return the row. Rather than printing the row, let me return in the row. Return row. Okay. In any way, that will also give the same impression because try to implement this and then row is returned. So row is this list. I can define this row as empty list initially. Or empty tuple, right? Okay. Let's execute. select all, and okay, it results this. How to say here, global row 2. Select all. I'm getting the value. Then if I try to print the row again, I have the result, right? I have that result with me. So I can recall that row again and get the results. So after running this operation one time, if I try to run this again, it will give an error. That is the nature, because I have to reset the cursor and re-execute the query, and all these things need to be done again, but that can be only done after closing a connection. Right, after closing the connection, you have to reopen the connection, and then with the new connection we can do, because we have already fetched this. So here fetch all, if you write fetch all, so let's select all now. Oh, fetch all. Fetch all. So I have misspelled. Fetch all. I'm trying to run the query, and you can see I'm getting the same. I'm getting 2 results. What are these 2 results? 2 Trishan, 3 there are 2 results now. In select, because I have inserted one also. There are 2 results. I'm getting all the results when I fetch all, right? Okay, please reformat your code similar to this. Please reformat your code. Now, what I'm doing this when I call this let's make this function unrecognizable. So I need to do small change. Sorry. So what I'm going to do is here. So one is get. One is like so let's say this is select function. Select function, and this one select function will return the row. So this row will be retained here, kept here. So initially, let me say this CNX is null. Don't do that still. So just wait. I just need to try this code first. This is our global CNX. Connection. Global CNX. Anyway, this CNX is there. So define that as well. Just run the query just to identify whether this returns as null. Null is not defined. None. Okay, now it should now select all. Oh, select all is not there. How to select function? Okay, select function with the brackets. Executing that. It's working now. Okay, then so let me do something like this. Def get connection get con should return CNX. Then there is another one, def get all should return return the rows. There are multiple rows. No, there are multiple rows. This is rows, and this is also rows. This should also be rows. return in the multiple rows. Then another one, def get first. You need to get the first record. So get first record, I'm going to redefine another function. This function is basically def select function 2. That is basically getting fetch 1, right? Fetch 1, only returning 1 row. Actually, I need another variable. That is a variable called row. Row and row here, and row here. It is only fetching 1. So fetch first should return only 1 row. Okay, let's see our results now. Now we have functions which can be recalled again and again. Right. I'm calling get on function. So you can say it is returning the connection object. Get on function is basically returning the connection object, which is here, the MySQL connection object. I'm trying get all function, returning empty, because this is not executed. Let's say get all function should execute this function, right? Select function. Then only the values will be there. Small modification. I'll explain this code to you, right? This is like a lot of functions, I know. Don't confuse. I will explain this. Get on will return the connection. That is already created connection. So that will be returned. Then, so the next is get all. Get all function here will return all the rows. Then get one function. Get what? Get first. Get first function. It should return only 1 row, but I have again not executed. That should be the select function 2, right? Okay. So there is a problem. I'll explain that to you. What is the problem? Here, I'm trying to execute this. If I try to get first, it is working. But if I try to get all, that's a problem, because after getting, if I try to get all again, because get first is already done, already the cursor is there, therefore it will not execute a second function. What you can do is after each operation, I can close the database. Here before returning, I can close the database. Here also I can close the database before returning. Right? If I'm closing the database, okay, select function will return close the database, and also select function 2 is also closing the database. Okay, I'm closing database, that is sense that has a sense, but in this case, okay, before this, I need to open the function also. Therefore, I will do something like this to make it easy. In select function, first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to open the connection. Before selecting, I'm going to open the connection. Right? Before selecting, I'm going to open the connection. Actually, you can just ignore this part also. Just remove this part. And also just CNX. You can take the global CNX. That is also not needed. Now, just in the select function, what I'm going to do is I'm going to. This is also not needed. This is also not needed. Right? Instead of that, here return CNX is there now. That CNX I can capture. I can say CNX or any other variable is equal to open connection. Then it will open the connection. Open the connection, get the cursor, execute the query, close the connection, and return the results. See, it's really transparent. First of all, it is opening the connection that will connect to the database. So this will get that database connection as this function is returned. Returning function, I said that returning function will return a result. That result can be captured. That is the advantage. This open connection function will return CNX that can be captured. After opening the connection, getting the cursor, executing the query, fetch all and closing the connection. Here in this one also, no global variables, nothing is needed. Here also not needed. So similar way, you can open the connection, getting the cursor, executing the query, closing the connection. Now here, I don't want to open connection exclusively. Let's remove that function, make it simple. Then return the connection. Here getCon will return the connection. That part is also not needed because the connection is needed by the internal operations. External people are like not doing anything with the connection. So it is not needed, right? External people are doing nothing. So that is not needed. So what they need, get results and get first row. Actually that they might execute this multiple times. So let's see whether this support this operation now. I'm running the code. First of all, I'm trying to get all. Oh, row is not defined. What is that? Which rows? Ah, here. Instead of that, I can just say, yes, it is not defined. It's not a global variable now. I can just return the function result. So this can be done directly. Here also, I can return the function to results. That can be directly executed because no variable is needed this time. I can save this function will anyway do the operation. That result can be returned. So let's do it now. Okay, get all function will give all these things. I can call get all again also. Doesn't matter. Anytime I can call get all. It will give the results. Yes. Then get first will give the first one. Get first will give the first one. So now this function I can run anytime. It's not giving any error. Actually, this function is internal. I'm hiding this function from the user. And this function is also internal, but anyone, like this is not private, since this is not private, so people can call this function also and get the similar results, right? Here. And function 2 also, they can get and similar results. That is possible, right? Similar results can be taken. Actually, in this one, okay, we can just print since both functions are written in same thing. So no specialty in get all and get first now. Therefore, I will make this special. I will make this special. I'm not going to return this as a set of tuples. Instead of that, get all, I'm going to print it nicely to the user. To do that, I'm using a for loop. So let's remove this function and I can save this variable to result. So for k in result, what I'm going to do is print, okay, again, while I can say length of k, because that is, so the k in result will get each item of this tuple. The length will calculate how many items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I can call the length and just print, print by length of k, print k. Oh, I can just use for I in range, length of k, print ki, and end with space. After the for loop, I am printing a new line, just printing a new line. So let's see what is formatting, what it does. I'm running this get call function, and what that will do, you can see it's running the get call function. again. Okay, you can see, right? This is what it prints, right? This thing will be printed, but it is not formatted as a table. But anyway, I'm getting 2 records without this comma, without the bracket, without other things. I'm getting that, and in each I can just add a tab, maybe after that a tab to make space, and likewise. So let's run this now. Get all. Oh, it's ugly, right? This looks bit. Yeah, it's not good. So let's use space. Space is enough. Right. Space is enough. Get all. Or you can print records downwards also. Print records downwards also. Here, let me remove this part. I can print results downwards too. Like this. Whichever method you prefer, you can use. Actually, when you're printing, like you can print with the field name. Let's store the field names in another list. Names. So what are the field names? You know, the field names are, the first field name is student ID. The second name is first name. This way you can format. Last name. Email. Actually, password is not required, right? If you want, you can print it, but it is insensible, right? If you're printing password this way. Email. Let's print for the moment. Later we can skip. Picture. Here you can print this like this. Names K. After that, a colon mark. After that, the value of K. Let's print it now. Get all. List indices must be integers or slices, not a tuple. Names. Sorry. Names. Okay, now I can see it's printing your details this way. Here you can use a tab as well for the spacing purpose. Get all. Okay. Email, you need additional tab, right? Additional tab for email. Running this. You need to format this nicely anyway. So we can see now it's formatted, right? Okay, my work is done. Can you do the similar thing to get first? You can format the get first also. Now this function is returning just data. Select function 1 is just returning data, but this get all function will format the data and present it to you. Now it has a difference. Select all will just select data and get it as in raw format, but this will format the data and present it nicely. Similarly, please update get first function too. So I'll give the code, just go through this and try to update. That is same, right? Same thing you have to use for get first function. So this is the code. Let's start. If you want, like you can scroll, I can scroll down and show the last part. Just start now. So if you cannot understand anything now, you can tell me, then I can explain it again. So what we have done actually, we have isolated these functions. Now functions can run independently anytime. It's not depending on other functions. When you execute the select function 1, that will not matter to select function 2 to not to execute. It will not give an error. Still, if you call the select function 2, it will be executed. Anytime, any function will be executed independently. That is the idea of this. Okay, also, it's giving raw results as well as formatted results. That is another thing. Now we can start.
Wait, can you scroll down a little bit? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Can you scroll down a little bit?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I copied it all.
Okay, have you tried this? Last one.
So I didn't get to run my MySQL because I was trying to follow along. So do you remember how to run it again? Because I've kind of forgot how to do it.
Oh, you have to run the file. That's all. Just run the file, then run the get all function. That's all. That should print and print like this. Then please format the get first function similar to the get all function. Okay.
Oh yes, but like I didn't turn on MySQL. That's
Oh,
why.
yeah, that can give an error, right? You have to turn on your servers. First of all, that need to be done. Otherwise, it will give an error. Definitely, it will give an error.
Do you remember how to turn it on? Because
Oh, that
I
part, right? Okay, you have to go to the terminal,
yeah.
and then so can you remember? Like I said that you need to go to this what you call SAMP directory where the SAMP is installed, and then execute that command. You can recall the commands that you tried, like so. Do that again. So can you share? I'll show you. You can recall the command. So this is in Linux. This need to be done again.
Okay. Let me.
Go to the terminal, please. After sharing, please go to the terminal.
Yeah. All right. Let me open it up. Okay. So I'm at the terminal right now.
Can you click press up arrow? Up arrow. Okay. Now you can see it's like giving these commands. And yes, you have to go to the SAMP folder first. Okay, this is installed, right? Down arrow now. Down arrow. Okay, please go to the CD OPT folder. Yeah, CD OPT. That is your option folder. Okay. Now the next command. Down arrow and up arrow to change. Okay. Right. Oh. Try this. Try this.
This one?
No. This is just listing. Okay. Try this one also. Just listing the content. Yeah. Okay. Can you see? You can go to the lamp folder. CD lamp. CD
Okay.
lamp. CD lamp. You can type it, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry. CG lamp like this?
Yeah. Okay. Is it? Is it a folder? LS mine. Try for this. It's a folder, right? Just try ls minus l. Okay, so it's a
Oh, I spelled it wrong. CD lamp. There.
yeah. That's okay. Then ls again to see the folder content. Okay, now you can see there's a folder called. Okay, you can see the manager Linux x64 on, right? You have to execute that file. So just search
Yeah.
the command, just up arrow and down arrow. See the what's the command? Oh, that one. Yeah. Okay. Right, you have to start the service there.
Start all or just?
Yeah, start all.
Okay.
Remember this set of commands, right? This next time also you're in trouble. So just remember the commands. Let it start and then go to your coding. Please go to your coding.
It's weird. It's not starting.
No, it's not already. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's running now. So, one. Oh, What happened?
The passwords, I guess, the password should be empty, right? So it should be matching with your servers. So is it correct? Or root is the port? Is it correct? Port is 3389. Is it correct?
Yeah, it's 3389.
All
No,
right.
not 8909.
Okay. Then run it. And... Okay. There's a problem. In your one, you don't have password. That's the reason. Get all. Run the get all function. Get all. Oh, rows not defined. So what's wrong? You don't have something for rows. Rows where? Oh, rows. So I think you have mistake. Like you have some mistakes in the code. So I have just removed this rows and all. So you can just reformat the code accordingly. Check line by line and check with the. So the first part is okay because time to time I have adjusted the code. Right, time to time I have edited the code. Therefore, please check the lines carefully again. So this part is okay now. The connection is running, up and running. So check whether this is done and check whether the second function is done. And then, so this rows and row, these things I have removed, right? So just check and update the code. Please go to the code.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, just go down, move down. Again, I can see some operations like some lines are not matching with my code.
Oh.
Student ID
Give me a second. My dad is calling me.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, now execute instead of get all function. Can you execute the function one, the other one? Select function.
Oh, okay.
Select function. Check whether it's getting normal results. The brackets.
Yeah.
You're not getting anything. So that is the main issue. Right. So go back to the code. So you are not getting any results. So actually, this part I have removed from the code. So that is this select function one. So rows equal empty. I have removed that from the code. Can you remove this? Rows equal empty.
Yeah.
That part I have removed from the code. Def select function. See an open connection. Cursor the connection. Cursor dot execute. Select all from PBL user. Is it correct? Was it working?
If I put.
Yeah, the thing is that, so can you see, you are using the execute query. After that, fetch one result. So fetch one result is a comment that is not actually true. You are getting all the results. So you can, that comment will not give an error, but it has a wrong meaning, right? Fetch results, you can just rename, so fetch one result here, you can change it to fetch results. Fetch results.
Okay.
Not that. Fetch all. Fetch one.
Oh, I thought you said fetch results. I mean, fetch one.
Fetch all. Yeah, right. Fetch all there. Fetch all. Fetch all is the command.
Oh.
Fetch
Yes,
all, right? Then fetch one result is the comment, the red color one. The comment is conveying wrong message. So that doesn't matter. That will not introduce any error. So, but you can say fetch results. Okay. The result that you are getting is you are making it equal to row, right? But you are trying to return rows. That is incorrect, right? You are getting row and returning rows. So whatever you are getting is row. If you are getting row, you have to return the row. Right? Now run it. So that is why I think that you have not done the same. So there are mistakes. Now try to execute that select function and check whether you are getting the results. That should happen first. You are getting the result. Now get all function. So get all function should write this out. Now you are getting that correctly. No? Okay. So what you need to do, get one function or fetch one function, you have to reformat according to the similar way. And fetch one should give the Minaga Disanayaka as the result, only the first one. So that is a function 2, right? It is a row fetch 1. Okay, right. Select function 1. Get first, run it. Get first. Get first. Okay, it is executed now. So now what you need to do is you have to format the results. That's all. That is what I asked you to do. Can you do this as a homework?
So what?
You need to format similar to the get all function. Get all function is presenting the results nicely. That result,
Yes.
but here get first function is just giving a tuple inside the bracket. I don't want tuple inside the bracket, but just format that. Okay.
Oh, so you want me to format? You want me to
As
format it like? Oh,
similar to the first one. Okay. Do this as a homework, right? Okay.
okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.